Okay, what I kind of wanted to talk today, I want to kind of talk about you guys. And I want to talk about your personal and your business goals because they're going to affect each other. So I want sometime within the next week, if you can, I want you first to think about a win that you've had. So it could be a win that you've had since you've been doing the program, a win that you've had since you signed up and started doing Beachbody, but think of a win. Then I want you to think of why you're doing this and how it's going to make your family better. And you're probably already seeing some of that right now. Hey, Kathy. So share a win. I'd like you to think about it, put it to paper. I think that's important. If you were to pick an income goal, and it doesn't have to be 2 years down the line, but you're thinking for, this is the amount of money I'd like to make my first month, or this is the amount of money I'd like to make my second month. I think putting that down on paper is really important. And if your goal is like you want to pay off some kind of debt, when do you want to be able to do that? And then think of your rank goal. And what rank ideally would you like to be at? And what is a good time frame for you to get there? Make it hard. Don't make it impossible, but make it hard. Because most people underestimate how far they can get, how long it's going to take them to get there. In other words, I should have been shooting for 2-star a long time ago. I was just from Diamond. I was just going like 1-star, 1-star. And I realize now it's just my mindset. I should have made it what I thought I could get to this goal. I should have made it a lot sooner, and I didn't. And if you want to pay off debt, I'm going to be real honest with you. You probably already discovered it. This is not an easy business. The things that you do to build your business are easy, but it is hard. And it basically takes you to the best thing you can do. There's few things you can do. Number one, work on you and your mindset and your journey. So drink your shake, do your workout, try to eat healthy, but work on personal development and work on yourself, because what's going to attract others to you is they're going to see the change in you. And not everybody wants to get into a bikini, you know what I'm saying? But everybody wants to feel different on the inside. Everybody wants to feel good. Everyone wants to feel comfortable in their own skin. Everyone wants to be more positive. And for sure, this Beachbody has been, like, if I think about it, if I took away all the money that I've ever made doing this, and I think about what Beachbody has done for me, it's done more for me as far as growing me for a person and getting more consistent in my habits, even so more so than money. So work on you, because that's what's going to attract people to you. And as you start changing, you start becoming more confident, then people are going to be attracted to you. Now, we all have self-limiting beliefs. So I want you, when you're doing this income goal and the rank goal and all this, I want you to write down some of your self-limiting beliefs. Okay, for some people, it's like making money off of this. They feel bad about doing that. Turn that around and say, not only am I helping someone to become healthier and happier, but I'm also helping them to grow a business and to have income goal and be financially successful with their family. Or maybe you feel like, hey, I don't have a bikini body, so nobody's going to listen to me. One of the people, several of the people, one of our most successful coaches is about 240 pounds, and she caters to plus-size women, and she gets Success Club 150 in 1 month. So it's more about people, the change that they see in you and how they can relate to you. And you are going to attract people that are like the old you who want to be like the new you. So you don't want to try to talk to everybody. That's why you want to put some time into this, and you need to think about, where was I before Beachbody? Because when you're making a post, that's who you need to be talking about. Okay, the most important thing that we all need to do, me included, is you need to have business hours. Now that we talked about that before, that might be pockets of time, but it does need to be scheduled, because you guys know our lives are crazy, crazy, crazy busy, and you got to have time every day to work on it. And basically, the consistency is what's going to pay off. And the more consistent you are, the faster your business is going to grow. You do need to, every day I do something for my business. Even when I was working full-time teaching, every day I did something. Did I do all the behaviors every single day when I was teaching? No, I'll be honest, I didn't. But the one thing I never let go was my social media, because that was like my storefront. And I did something every day, something, that would have helped move it in some way. So just think of business building behaviors. I either did a training, or I had some conversations, or and I drank my shake every single day, no matter what. Whatever goal you decide you want, if you look at your goals, whatever you want, I can give you tough love, and I can give you training to help you get there. And when I say tough love, it's not because I don't love you. It's because of the fact that this is not an easy business. Some people don't have that belief. All of us will have to work on the belief, believe you me. And I can help you with that. I can give you that tough love. Nicole, you're right. You are so close to, you just need to stay consistent, girl, because it's fixing to open up for you. People are going to see that you are serious about what you're doing. And I mean, I've been there. I've seen it. And you just need to hang on, because they're going to watch you, and they're going to see if this is for real. Is this something she jumped on for a month or two, or is this something she's really going to do? And when they see the changes in you, and they say, she's serious, she's for real, and I want some of that too. So keep doing, I've been noticing your posts, keep doing that. Some things, limiting beliefs, work on your mindset. Like I said, affirmations. You want to tell yourself you are what you want to be. When you have those negative thoughts, like what I do now is I have nicknamed my negative thoughts. Sometimes it's like, I'm not in good enough shape, I'm too old to do this. We all have self-limiting beliefs. And what I do is I've given her a name. Carol, who was a coworker I had who was really ugly to me, those thoughts, that's Carol. And so I say, Carol, here you're showing up again. Get out of my head. I'm not going there. I believe in myself now. And I tell myself, I am strong. I am confident. I am CEO of my own company. You need to do that every day. You need to tell yourself that. That's going to prepare you when you hear the no's and not ready. And lots of professional development. I work on your mind. You may need Made to Crave, your mind, and then your business building. So when I first started, I listened to every training I could. And that's hard to do because we're all busy, we're moms. What I did is on the car, I would have my phone and I would, listen to it there. If I was in the kitchen doing dishes, if I got in the bathtub by myself, I'd have it going. I was always just soaking up, just as learning as much as I can. So have your business hours and schedule them. That's going to be the most important thing. If you devote a couple of hours a day to this, you can build it into anything you want it to be. When I say a couple hours a day, that's consistent. I didn't do a couple hours a day every day when I was teaching. I should have. I didn't. And I'll admit, even now, I have days that I'm not as consistent as what Corey is. Corey has a 7-figure income, or almost 7-figure with her and her husband together. But Corey, you can tell. If you just go on Arete, you can tell. She is intense. I chose not to be that intense. I'm trying to rank it up some because, if you decide how much you want to work, that's one thing that is so good about this. But if you don't do it consistently, you have to build that momentum back up every time because people kind of forget about you or forget what you're doing. Think of it like this. Treat it as a business. that you invested $10,000 to start. And if you do that, it'll be different than what $39.95. It does take time. It does take effort. It does take consistency. Take advantage of these new programs. 2B Mindset, we still have that free group that you can put them in. I love to invite to free. We have the free preview group for Lift 4 that's going on. And then Monday, Lift 4, actually the, what do you call where you get the preview challenge pack, I guess you'd call it, where they can go ahead and get 4 of the Lift 4 workouts, and they get the rest of them in July. And the Lift 4 will not be available to BOD members till October. So the people that want this program, that want to do it during the summer, they need to get in now. So you can offer to let them watch the free preview workout. It's still up. You can offer to put them in the free preview group where they can learn more about it. Then then you can start telling them about Joel's group, because if they don't buy by July 16th, they can't be in Joel's group. So those are some things. Take advantage of those new programs and find out what your market cares about. Let me see if I can get rid of this. My market is not, I hope I don't lose anybody. My market is right now is going more for 2B Mindset than they are for Lift 4. So I kind of take that into consideration and thinking, who am I going to invite to one? If I have somebody I know that is not ready to exercise, I'm not going to invite them to Lift 4. So the other thing, your other homework, guys, is I want you to know your why. And we've talked about that before. And think hard about your why. And the biggest why, I'd like to have 2 whys. I'd like to have a personal why and a business why. My business why is because there are so many people out there that are having health problems, that are on medication. There's so many people that are obese. There's so many people that are unhealthy. There's so many people that need us. So that's my business goal. And then I have a rank advancement goal too. And then I want to help other people get their businesses going too. So that's my business goal. My personal goal is I want to improve my family's life. I want us to have more financial freedom. I want to be able to, maybe get us a better place one day. So those are all reasons. I started to put a PowerPoint here, and then I decided, no, let's just talk face to face. Basically, trying to put it common sense wise. In this business, you're going to have to show up to class and you're going to have to study, because this is a new profession. And I'm just trying to be honest, because people come in here and they're like, they think, well, I'm just going in, I'm going to make $500 a month right off the bat. No, you're going to have to go to class and you're going to have to study. And that's why it's important to go through the trainings like the Arete Emerald group. I have an Emerald group. There's the one that you're going through right now. You're about finished with. I can send your last lesson, I think, Nicole. So show up to class and study. Know your why. Invest into your business. Remember, college is 4 years. So it's a process. It's not an overnight thing. But the main thing you need to do is show up every day and do something. And because, like we said, if you don't show up, you lose your momentum. Every day, do your vital behaviors, your shake, your meal plan, your personal development, inviting people, recognizing, even if it's someone in the group, even if it's not your challenger, just get in the habit of recognizing people, or even someone that you know on social media who's had a health transformation of some kind. Don't be afraid to recognize them. Every month, define your goals. They may change. So get in the habit of getting a calendar out at the beginning of the month, kind of plan your Successful Club goal. If you don't write it down and you don't believe it, it's not going to happen. So have a Success Club goal at the beginning of the month. And that basically is how many people do you want to help this month? There's Success Club 5, which means you help 3 people, and there's Success Club 10 or better, which means you help 5 people in a month. So you kind of set that, and then think of your coach goal. You need to be thinking and believing that you can build a team. Believe it. When you believe it, it will start happening. And I'm preaching to the choir here because I've been through it. And I probably suffered more with limiting beliefs, especially at the beginning, than anyone. But when you believe it, it will happen. So go ahead and write it down and set the goal. How many coaches do you want to get this next month? Write it down. What kind of personal development do you need to do? We talked a little bit about that. But confidence, I recommend if you are suffering with confidence, that is the #1 type of book, and I'll be happy to make recommendations. Social media, if you need help with that. Google has some excellent things and YouTube on social media. Creating your brand, if you don't know who you're talking to, and I'll be happy to work with either one of you on that. So you're going to basically grow. Think of it as growing to keep your job. So in this business, you grow to get where you want to go. So think of it if you went to a job and you had to learn how to do blah, 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 blah. If you didn't learn how to do it, you wouldn't keep your job. So that's basically what we're doing here. So ask yourself, if you do what you currently do in Beachbody, would you keep your job? And also, like for me, I'm working on leadership because that's where I am now. You guys don't really need to, when you do your personal development, you don't need to key into that yet. But basically what you want to do too, when you start getting people interested, is you want to create lifers. And so basically what I'm trying to do is create lifers with my coaches. So I want them to be in the team pages and participate in the challenge groups, inform them and share recipes with them. And as you guys build your team, that's what you'll need to do. So what do you need to do? You're going to grow into this leader. You're going to grow into this leader as you learn the business. Tell yourself right now that you will be a leader, because if you're on this call right now and you're serious and you give yourself, say, I won't quit for a year, you will be a leader. What do you need to do to grow into that leader? Social media. Do you post regularly? Vital behaviors. Are you active in a challenge group? Do you share any tips or recipes or articles, or do you try to help anyone who wants help? That doesn't mean we give them a program, but we certainly may give them a couple of days of clean eating or recipe or whatever. So team page. Are you active in the team page? Are you welcoming new members? Are you getting on the team calls? Those are all going to help you so much as you grow into a leader. When you get to the leader or approaching the leader, are you going to the events? Are you going to summits? Are you going to Super Saturdays? I am not positive I'm going to be at Summit this year because of Nick, and I've never missed a year. But I'm trying to make it happen, but there's a lot happening over here. We're getting ready to send him off to Cape Cod, and then I think we're going to follow him. So I'm not sure how our time, but I never miss a summit. And you guys need to try to put that in your calendar for next year and try to make it happen if at all possible. But Super Saturdays and I will be at the next Super Saturday. I may go to the one in Dallas because Joel is going to be there, the creator of Lift 4, and we're actually going to be able to work out with him, which is pretty cool. Look where you are. And Nicole, you live, I'm not sure how close you live to Regan Haggerty, but I'll try to find out. And she always goes to the Super Saturdays. And, you know, and I will find out for both of you guys where your nearest Super Saturday is. It's going to be in July. It's either a Saturday or Sunday, depending on which one you guys have, July 8th or July 9th. Get to the events if there's any way. Super Saturdays are usually about 3 hours long. If you have to take, I don't know, you might not want to take 4 kids, but if you have to take like the baby or whatever, I've seen people do that. I've seen people bring toddlers or whatever. But basically, you're going to see the top coaches are going to be there with some training. There's going to be announcements by Carl. There's going to be a Shakeology bar, usually a raffle. They'll tell you all the new programs that are coming out. You will get to see that Beachbody coaches are every shape and size, and it'll really give you a good feel for what the community of Beachbody is like and what the ethics of this company is about. So getting to events are very important. And growth is where your tenacity is going. As you grow, that's going to give you the stick-to-itiveness And so stick around and get your degree, basically. And if you want to be full-time, part-time, if you work 6 hours a day, if you work this business 6 hours a day, in 2 years, you could build it up to a 6-figure business. That's a full-time. If you work part-time and you worked it 2 to 3 hours a day regularly, you could build it up in 3 or 4 years. If you're barely working it, you're going to need to double that time. So basically, that's why I tell you it's so important to set business hours. And I could go over all that, but I think you guys know what to do with that. You know, having those conversations, inviting people to free things, or try beach bars, or try Shakeology, or be in a challenge group, or a free group, just adding value. And then if this was your full-time job, would you be promoted? Always think, when you don't want to work, think about this. If this was your full-time job, would you be promoted? Because that's what we're all working for. We're all working for to the next rank. Think about who you would want on your team. Think about right now, because you may not get that person right away, but you eventually will. So go ahead and think about who would be on your dream team. And then don't be afraid to reach out to them. They might say no, but you're setting a seed for them to let them know, hey, and nobody's going to get upset if you invite them to get, hey, I have this neat business opportunity, I'm really loving it, or whatever, I'd love for you to join me. They're going to take it as a compliment. They might say no, they might think it's way out there or whatever, but they're going to take it as a compliment, and they're going to be watching you. And some people watched me, one of my good friends watched me for, I don't know, I would say almost 2 years. And she's finally, signed up. She's just at the discount right now, but I mean, I'm just glad she's on my team, and she does help me. Keep investing in you, earn your degree, and buy into your why. Your why is going to help you when you get tired, when you grow weary, when things slow down. Your why is really, really, really important. So do you guys have any questions? I went through a lot of stuff really fast. Kathy, you still on?
I think she left.
Okay, I'm not hardly, I can barely hear you for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, I think I got it recorded or whatever. Let me see if I can stop the recording, because I don't need to. Let me see. Stop recording.